we are going to work some on the feet, and we'll start just simply by first taking our seat. And of course, we're already seated, but taking our seat and pressing our feet down like we mean business here. Press your feet down onto the floor. And then if you can, curl your toes up, one toe at a time. I know some of them come in pairs, but start with your pinky toe and see if you could pick up your feet from the pinky side, and then put down your big toe and let the other guys follow. And they may all come as a group. That's okay. So again, we're going to start with the pinky side, lifting, and then coming down with the big toe side. And so again, we'll lift pinky side, and then big toe side. And then just keep your feet on the floor. Then we'll pay attention to our shoulders. So let the shoulders come up and back and down, right? Hands off the lap. And we're going to anchor our breath, but first loosen up the muscles that are connected to the breath, lifting those shoulders up and bringing the shoulder blades together, and then coming down, reaching for the floor. So adding breath, here's your inhale here and here, and then here's the exhale, reach for the floor. So it's inhale and shoulders back, and exhale. And we'll go one more up, inhale, shoulder blades together, and then exhale. Yeah, then bring the arms out and bring the elbows to a bend, hands in, and draw your shoulder blades together with the elbows coming back. Take a breath here. And then exhale, just bring it back in and see if you can firm the belly about 10%. Inhale, feel the breath come in and fill up the diaphragm all the way down. And exhale from bottom to top, pushing out the breath. So inhale, filling up, ribs wide, expand. And then from the belly, exhale. Go one more, breathing in. And then exhale. And then we'll just come out again and reach those fingers out. Wiggle the fingers a little bit. And then bring them all, hands all the way down. Yeah. And right back on the lap. So as we're going to do a couple sessions on the feet, but it's interesting, I'll get a little ahead of me, how many muscles are involved by the breath, in the breathing process. And of course we think of this area here, the area that we just stretch, but even the other parts of our body all the way to our feet are affected by how we breathe. Here's one example. If your feet are flat, a lot of people, I gave you some fun feet facts, but a lot of people have flat feet. I didn't know. If you have flat feet, often you have sort of this forward tilt thing going on. And that, of course, interrupts how we breathe. You're not getting as full of a breath if you're sort of tilted forward, or you're coming back like this, if you're slouched like this. Again, poor posture, which comes often from the feet, leads to poor breathing habits. So there's a lot going on with the breath and the feet, and we're going to move the feet with the breath. So walk your feet forward, and we're going to lift those toes up and then exhale just everything back down. Do that again. So up, and then press everything down. The ball under your big toe, the ball under your small toe, and then the heel ball down. Feel all of it. Come up. And now let's break it into threes. Bring the ball under your big toe, and then the pinky toe ball, and then the heel. And then again, lift everything, the toes. Bring the ball of the big toe down, and then the pinky toe, and then the heel. And we'll do that one more time, lifting up the toes, ball of the big toe, ball of the pinky, and then the heels. Yes. And then just walk your feet back in, and we're going to take this right foot. If you can, bring the foot up. If that causes you issues, you can hold underneath your knee. And what we're going to do is massage into the top of the foot, and each toe from pinky all the way up, just increasing circulation, decreasing inflammation. And then release that. We'll point and we'll flex a couple times, back and forth. And then I want you to do something that we don't usually do. Tip the pinky toe down, and then tip the toe part down. So you're sort of moving your ankle like this. It won't go very far. It's not a big movement. So side to side. And when we're standing, we have receptors at the bottom of our feet, especially on this side, up from the pinky toe all the way down, to help us, feel where we are in space. And if we're talking about falls, bring that foot down. Now we'll do other side. There are two ways people fall predominantly. When people fall, they fall usually at the heel strike. That would be when you start off walking. So the heel goes down and then the top foot follows. So there, and then the other way people fall is to the side. So these receptors that are on the side of the foot are very important because they help us know when we're going too far one way or the other. All right, so holding on underneath that knee, and we're going to just point and flex a couple times. Just moving the foot. So yeah, there's two things that really affect your balance, your stability in your feet, and that would be the toe strength, which we've talked about. We're going side to side, and your ankle mobility. So this is sort of a weird way to move our ankle. We'll do the other easy way in a minute. Side to side. And then come back down. You can kind of shake it out if that feels good. We'll go back to this other leg and now do the easier way to move the ankle, which of course is in a circle. Also super important. One thing that surprised me, I didn't know, you know how a lot of people have problems with plantar fasciitis? I think I'm saying their plantar fascia. But anyway, the fascia, the plantar fascia, starts at the toes, but that fascia is connected all the way up the backs of the legs. I forgot which way I was circling. Up the back of the head, all the way to the forehead. And so bring that foot down, when people do get that irritation, inflammation in their feet, it's usually caused by the tiny tears in the fascia in the feet. And that can come from the way we walk, and come for a lot of different things. But in our yoga case, usually the way we walk would be the primary cause. And, lots of different, think about your feet, the shoes you wear. Most shoes, especially if they're fashionable, do not have a wide enough toe box. And why? Because shoemakers, bring your feet down, follow fashion. And it's fashionable to have a narrow toe. And even sneakers that are meant for, marathon running have narrow toes. And that is not good for your feet. It is better to have that wide toe box. Not so wide that you feel like you're, but wide enough where you can separate your toes slightly. All right, so we're going to bring this right foot forward, and I want you to bring the left hand on your leg. Fingers are sort of curled in slightly. And then as you breathe, I want you to think of breathing in down that arm and over down this leg, and lift your toes on that foot. At the same time, you're uncurling your fingers. And then bring everything back in. So toes come down, fingers come in. So inhale, start with your pinky finger, and then all the rest, lift those toes. And exhale, bring your thumb in, your index, third, fourth, fifth. Inhale, pinky all the way, one by one. And then exhale, the toe comes in, toes come down. And we'll go one more. Inhale, open, and exhale, down. Bring that foot in and just shake your wrists a little bit. And we'll go back to the same leg, shake that leg a little bit. And we'll go to this other side. So the other foot steps slightly forward, and the right hand can rest, or you can have the hand off of your lap. Fingers are sort of curled in. Looks like somebody's trying to join. Looks like Connie. Okay, so your left foot's forward, toes are down, hand is sort of curled in. With an inhale, we're extending the pinky finger, fourth, third, second, thumb, and the toes raise on that foot, and then go backwards, thumb, index, third, fourth, fifth. And of course, those toes are down. So pinky, breathe. And then exhale, close those fingers one by one and bring those toes down. Inhale, open. Got a lot going on here. Exhale, in, and go one more. Open, toes lift, and exhale back down. And then walk that foot in again, just sort of wiggle in Getting some movement. Move your wrists around. So just by doing that contralateral movement where you're moving this left arm and the right leg, or also, of course, getting the brain involved and then going finger by finger, that can be difficult, especially if they want to all come as one. Open and close a couple times. And then just rest your hands again. We're going to go back to this right leg, and I want you to lift the knee, hold on underneath the knee. And this time I want you to lift that foot up, and as you do, draw your toes in. And feel how that movement of the toes in stretches your calf. And then slowly let the toes point down and lower your foot. So inhale, you're going to stretch your heel, your Achilles heel, your calf. And then exhale, point down, stretch that shin. And then one more inhale, lift. You can press out of that heel. And then exhale back down. Yeah, and then just rest that leg. Notice what that foot feels like compared to this foot. Sometimes you can feel like a little tingling sensation. All right, here we go. We're coming out and lifting, and you're pressing the heel ball forward, toes in, and then exhale, you're pointing the toes down. Shin stretches. Come up, inhale, toes come in. Exhale, release. And we'll go one more, coming up, 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 up. Feel the Achilles heel stretch, that whole bottom of your foot, your shin, your calf, and then let go, let go, let go. And then we'll bring that foot down and release. Open and close your fingers. Move your wrists again. And then we're going to move back to this right leg, holding on to the knee. And I want you to circle the knee like you're drawing just a circle in the air or on a chalkboard in front of you, coming around. And the foot's just relaxed in this position. And then we'll reverse it. So coming back, circling back. And feel it. This starts to move all the way up into the hip. Into the hip flexors even. All right. And then we'll bring that foot down, rest. Again, notice difference between the sides, and then we'll come to this other side and you're drawing a circle, and be big or small, whatever feels right to you. Come around. Let's see if you can feel all those feels. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. So moving. Yes. And then bring that foot down. Just rest for a moment. Let the feet press into the floor again. Feel your toes on the floor. Feel your heels on the floor. And then feel where your feet are not touching the floor. You know, the arches. We think we have one arch, but actually you have 3 arches in the sole of your foot. I'm going to send a picture after class so you can see. So if you can, lift your arches up. It's subtle. And then see if you can flatten your foot out and let your arches come down. So lift up the arches of your feet. You could scrunch your toes to do that. And then let your feet flatten out. Press down. If you can, spread your toes out. We'll do that again. So scrunch your toes, lift the arches of your feet, And then unscrunch and see if you can spread your toes out as much as you're able. And then we'll just let that go. Let your feet just rest on the floor. Let your shoulders relax. Sometimes the shoulders like to get involved even though we're doing something with our feet. So circle over to your shoulders and say, calm down. Now just lift and release your heels like you're just bebopping. Boom, 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 boom. And feel your feet on the floor. Just breathe. All right, and then relax, relax, relax. All right, so we've gone all the way up to here, from our feet up to our hips. We're going to start working all the way up to the top. So I want you to bring your right foot over to the side and point your toes that way, and we'll bring this left elbow out. I need to let somebody in. So the left elbow is out. And I want you to drop your right ear, drop your right shoulder, the whole deal on this right side, and just come over where it feels good for a stretch in your left side. And then bring it back up again. And we'll do it exhaling first. And then inhale as you come over. Exhale when you come back. Think of that 10% firming your belly. Inhale, expand, let those ribs separate, breathe. Exhale, firming. And then inhale over, letting that ear drop. And we'll just work it back up again. Bring your hand down, bring that right foot in, bring that left foot out, and right elbow out. And you're going to drop the ear, drop the shoulder, sort of relax on that left side. Come over and then back. So here we go. Here's the breath. Inhaling. And then exhaling, firming. Inhale, relaxing. Exhale, release. And then one more over. And then exhale, release. And then bring that hand down. Bring your feet forward. And we're going to bring the fingertips right here to the shoulders and open up the elbows. And as you do, I want you to lift your sternum, like right between, right in the middle of your chest, and then draw in. So it's inhale, elbows out, lift the chest, look up, and then exhale. And go one more, open, and then exhale. Then we'll bring it back open again, bring your hands out, and we're going to bring the elbows forward and hands out like this. So I want you to take a breath here. We're going to twist a little bit more. So inhaling. And then as you exhale, like you're serving a platter to a friend on your right. Inhale back. Exhale, follow your hand with your eyes. Look. And exhale. Inhale, stay nice and upright. Exhale, pushing the breath out. Inhale. Exhale, and go one more, breathe. And exhale. I think we started on that side, so I'm going to do one more this way. and then back. Yes, and then just bring the hands closer in. We're going to take this left hand, bring it over toward the right, and right hand over, just like that. Yeah, and just pause for a moment. Let your shoulders release down. Feel your hands on your body. Just pause for a moment. And then what we're going to do is take our hands away from the body and then bring the backs of the hands together, just like that. Now we're going to get the feet back involved and move the heels up as your hands come up. Breathing, and then let your hands release and your heels come down. So it's inhale, expand, feel the chest lift up. Exhale, firm the belly, feel your core strong. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale back down. So again, we have this left hand in. We're going to bring closer in and then slide down to your elbows. So your left is on your right, right is on the left. Now move the elbows like you're rocking a baby, but the torso is staying straight. So side to side, side. So getting that loosening in the upper back. And one more rock and rock. And then we're going to bring the hands back in again. Remember, your left hand was in. We're going to take the right elbow out to the side and then hand like this, like you're getting ready to pull something. All right? The left hand goes over to the side. So we're going to do bow and arrow. And in bow and arrow, you switch between sides, is which side's going to be the arrow and which is going to be the bow. So my left hand is the arrow. I'm going to look at my fingertips and pull the bow with my right hand. And then I'm going to switch. My right arm is going to be the arrow and the left arm the bow. And then I'm going to switch. Left hand arrow, pull the bow with the right hand. Switch, look over to your right fingers, pull the bow with that left hand. Switch, look out to those left fingers. Switch, look out to the right. We'll go one more, both sides. Look out at your left hand, pull the bow with your right, and then look over to the right and pull that bow with the left. And then just come back in, let the hands rest, breathe. Yes. And then we'll just release the hands down, do a little bit more side to side movement. We're going to bring our right hand on the side of the face. The right foot steps out slightly. I want you to lean into your right hand and kind of push the side of your head into your hand while you reach out to the left. And then come back. We're going to switch. Left hand goes there, step that foot in, step your left foot out, lean over to the left, reach your right arm out to the side. Feel that stretch go down your neck all the way down to your hand. Come back up, switch, right hand on the side of the face, left foot goes in, right foot goes out. You're going to lean into your right hand, left arm goes out. Now we're doing something a little different. Slowly lower your left arm to the floor and feel that stretch move down your arm. Come back up. We're going to step in, switch. Step your left foot out. Head leans into that left arm. Reach out the right arm and then slowly let that arm lower, lower. Keep reaching, lower, keep reaching, lower. And then back to both feet in, hands right here. We're going to take the hands behind our head and interlace them. So interlace and put your hands on your neck. Open your elbows, and we're going to move our head around and just lean into the hands when you move back. So this is a safe way to get movement in the neck, having that protection of the hands. Going around, and probably we don't want to get dizzy, so go the other way. Down, over, and again. So let the hands go, release. Bring the hands in front, open and close, and we're going to go down each finger. So take the pinky finger, go down, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, and then let go. Do each one. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. Down each finger, slide. Good for inflammation, good for circulation. We need our hands, and especially our fingers, as we start to lose muscle strength in our arms, we end up using our fingers a lot more. You may notice that. Down each one, especially the thumb. Think of carrying a heavy bag and how sometimes the thumb does a lot of the carrying, like grocery bag. All right. And then if I went faster than you, you could just catch up by moving and then circling. And we'll go the other way. All right. And we moved all the way up to the head, from our feet to our head. We're going to bring our hands on our laps and get ready for standing. So come on up to standing and stand behind your chair if you need it, and you'll see if you need it or not along the way. So in this pose, which is going to be moving mountain, where we come up on our toes and back down, we're going to move the mountain slowly because I want you to feel that feeling of sustaining the lift. So lifting those heels and holding on to that and breathing through it, and then coming down. So you can use no hands, one hand, or two hands. Okay? So here we go. We're going to exhale first. And then as you inhale, start to lift your heels and move your way into the ball of the big toe and the ball of the pinky toe. And if you're wiggling around, so am I. And you may come just all the way down. That's okay. But because we're going to do this a couple times, so slowly letting the heels rise, the main arch of your foot, you're lifting up your heels, and I want you to notice, where is most of your weight in your foot? Is it more on the pinky toe? Is it more on the big toe? Is it in the middle? Try to distribute that weight. And then slowly come back down again. I know this is hard, but we can do hard. So lifting and sustaining this lift. Hold as you need to, maybe not. If you might notice that if you try to challenge yourself, for me, I end up pronating. I put all the weight like on that ball of my foot under my pinky toe. So if you're doing that, Try to straighten it out and feel that weight distributed. Come back down. Come down anytime you want. Just keep coming back up. Again, we're going to lift. Breathe. Don't stop breathing. Slowly lower back down. So what do you do to complement that stretch? You lift your toes. So you can hold with both hands. I know you can't see my feet. I'm going to hike my pants up. Go ahead and lift your toes. So lift your toes. And to get that extra feeling, I want you to bow your chest forward as you're lifting your toes. So feel those stretches where you feel them in your heel, in your calves, in your Achilles heel, in your toes as you lift them. And then slowly bring the feet back flat again and come into this upright mountain pose. And we'll do that again. So we're going to bow forward and slowly peel your feet off of the floor, lowering, lifting those toes, and then let them come back down as you lift. Now let's add lift your heels. So lift them. We're not going to stay here long. Lower them back down. Bow forward. Lift your toes. Bow forward. Lift your toes. Bring those feet flat again. All the way flat. Lift your heels. Keep that weight distributed. And lower the feet down. And lift your toes. And then just go ahead, come back to mountain pose. And I want you to notice how your body's feeling. Where are you feeling this? You might be feeling it in your low back, in your legs. Just be aware. All of that is just information for you, for your own body that you can use in your practice. All right. So from here, we're going to hold on to the chair and step further back. So further back, and then bend your knees slightly and start to sit back. Start to sit back. If you can, lift your toes. Lift your toes. And then bring them back down. Knees are bent. Now straighten the knees, lift your heels. And we're going to come back down, bring your feet down, bend your knees, sit back. Maybe let go with one hand, maybe both. If you feel like most of your weight is in your heels, that's normal, but also see if you can keep that connection with the front of your foot. All right, I'm going to hold again. Bring the knees straight, lift your heels, and then bring those heels back down again. Bend your knees, let go with one hand, let go with two hands. So you're in chair pose. You're in chair pose. Now move your weight to the front of the feet, lift your heels, bring them down. Lift your toes. I know it's hard. You can do it. Bring the feet flat. Now come all the way up straight. Walk toward the chair and lift all the way up. Reach. Reach, 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 reach. And then release down. Release down. And then from here, just lift and release your heels. Just bump, bump, bump. Yes. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And then just pause, pause, pause. Walk each foot out, one small step, and we'll move the weight from one foot to the other by lifting this heel and then this heel. So just side to side. And you go as fast or as slow as you want. Side to side. right, and then we're going to pause. You have this arm out. Go ahead and put this arm behind, and then we're going to switch. And if you can, lift one heel and then the other. So almost like you have empty coat, you know, an empty coat with the arms going side to side, like swish, swish. Side to side. Just breathe in. And then pause and come back to standing in our mountain pose, walking the feet in. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself lifting up from your feet, all the way up the spine, all the way to the crown of the head, tall. Raise the arms. And then we'll take the take the hands together, soften your shoulders, elbows, lean over to the right, feeling more weight in that right leg, but still keep a connection with that left foot. Come back to the center, lean to the left, feel that weight in that left leg, but keep the connection with your right foot. Come back up. We're going to take this right hand down all the way and bring the left ear towards the left shoulder. Come all the way back up. Bring this left arm down. Bring your right ear towards the right shoulder. Come back up and bring the hands together to the forehead, to the mouth, to the heart, and then release down and shake it out. And we're going to move into a balance pose, a tree pose. All right, so the chair is here if you need it. I want you to stand with your feet comfortably apart and then bend this left knee. So you're on the ball of your foot, and then move your knee out. Move your knee out to the side. You're resting on the ball of your foot. Raise up this left arm and now walk your foot in where the heel is resting on your ankle. Okay? Now, right here, you can start to lose it a little bit with the chair. Sometimes we lean too much. See if you can maintain that uprightness. And either hold the chair or bring the hand off. So here's our tree pose right here. Breathe. And what we're going to do is let that arm come down, just rest it, and we're going to bring the knee slightly forward. You're pivoting on the ball of your foot and then opening out. If you can, let go of the chair. You're bringing the knee in and pivoting out. And go one more in and then pivoting out. Now walk that foot further in and rest your heel on top of your right foot. Again, you can hold or not hold. And here we're going to start low with the elbow. And as you start to raise your elbow, raise your foot. And then come back down. Okay? Here's a chair if you need it. I need it on this next one. Raise your foot, raise your elbow. And then back down. And we'll go one more. Raise your foot, raise your elbow. And then back down. Yeah, this is all an experiment, right? We're just learning what our body could do. Shake out that right leg, let go, let it go, let it go. Thank it for holding us up the way that it did. And we'll move over to the other side. Okay? So again, our feet are comfortably apart. I'm bending this right knee and pivoting on the ball of my foot, okay? And the right arm is out, and maybe the left arm. So we're going to bring that knee forward and the elbow goes forward, and then we're going to pivot out. Feel that strong left leg hold you up, bringing it in and then pivoting out. And one more, bring it in and pivot out. Now walk that foot closer in, rest your heel on your ankle, and just feel here. Feel that left leg hold you up. Breathe. And then bring this hand down. I'm skipping part of that last one. That's okay. We're going to bring this elbow further down and either hold or don't hold. You're going to raise up your leg and your arm and come back down. It really helps to find something to focus on, okay? Raise that foot up, raise that arm, and then bring it back down. Raise that foot, raise that arm, and bring it back down, right? Hold, hold, hold as you need. Breathe. And when you're ready, we'll just bring that arm down, undo that leg, and shake out your left leg. Yes. And then both feet down. We're going to separate the feet again. Just sway a little side to side. Let your hips move. Feel the weight move from one foot to the other. Breathe. And then we'll pause in the middle, We're going to hold on with our left hand, have the right foot straight, the right toes straight ahead, and bend that knee forward. So a little give in that knee, like that. The other foot steps out, and I want you to rest on your heel with your toes up. As you inhale, bring that breath in, lift up the chest. Exhale, slide to your knee. And then bring your foot back down again, flat, inhale. And on the exhale, lift your foot, well, the toes anyway, bend your left knee. Inhale, come up. Maybe you want to get a big stretch. It's up to you. Exhale, down. Lift those toes. One more inhale, expand. Yes, bring that arm back down. Step your foot in. Shake out that inner leg, that left leg, and then walk around the chair to the other side. So you're holding with this right hand, your right knee bends slightly, little give in it. Step your left leg out and point your toes at a diagonal. Lift your toes. You're resting on the heel. Here's your exhale. Shh. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, expand. Exhale. And go one more. Inhale, reach. Get a big, big stretch. And then just release that arm down. Step your feet in. shake that inner leg out a tad. And then we're going to walk around to the front of the chair and have seat. Have seat. Awesome. I hope you feel balanced. I hope you became intimately connected to your feet because I don't want you to fall, and I want you to stay upright and healthy and happy. Yeah. You know, another predictor of longevity is friendship. And so I'm glad to have that with you all. All right, we're going to bring our hands in right at the center of the chest. Just pause, maybe lower your chin slightly. Either bring your eyes to a soft gaze or close, whatever works. Or just look down. Just kind of eliminate those, any visual distractions. So feel your feet on the floor again, We're going to start paying more attention to our feet. Do you feel your toes on the floor, right? Do you feel them? Do you feel the balls of your feet? And feel how when you do press into your feet, you can feel up into your legs, how that activates. If you press your feet down hard, you can feel it all the way up the legs. And then stop that pressing, and feel that anchor of your seat. And you can kind of wiggle, sway side to side, and then land in the middle. And then imagine you're at the base of your spine and follow the line of your spine up your back with your breath. So we're going to exhale and then inhale. Let that spine grow long as you feel the breath come all the way up that spine. And then exhale back down. Down to the chair. So inhale, expanding. Feel taller in your seat. Exhale. Feel a softness. All right. And then we'll take the hands and bring them across the chest. And just feel sort of like that self-hug. And if you don't like that, you could just hover your hands. Either one is fine. May the long-time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light that's within you guide your way on. Namaste, friends. Namaste. I hope you feel better than you did when we started. Thanks for being here.